Yo, can y'all hear me? Trying out this Bluetooth. I don't know if it's connected right. Let me know y'all can hear me. Got you. Got you. So what's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let's see. Captain, I don't Banana Peel says I don't see how this offense can be stopped or schemed. I mean, that's right now. But by the time we play, by the time JJ has 5 games up under his belt, teams will have film on him. They'll figure out what his weaknesses are, and also what's the team's weaknesses besides what JJ can do good or not so good. Yeah, you might be right. Let's see. To beat Michigan, you have to have a defense without a weakness. You might be right about that. What's going on, Rox Hickson? Jay Marion, what's going on? Let's just get it out the way. JJ JJ looked great. JJ looked great, and even though Cade has taken steps back, what JJ did was what we all thought he could do. And yes, it was bad competition, but he made them look bad. That's what he's supposed to do as the starting quarterback at Michigan. Make bad teams look like they don't deserve to be on the field with him. And that's what we need. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we need. And I did hear Donovan Edwards got hurt. I'm not sure what it was, but he didn't play in the second half. Not that he would have played a lot. What's up, Rip Serwin? Appreciate the $2 super chat. He says, "Does OSU beating ND look bad after Marshall upset?" Definitely. That win that they got over Notre Dame, it actually hurts them. It actually hurts them because they were struggling with Notre Dame, and then Marshall also beat them, and what it's saying is OSU should have blown them out of the water if they're bad enough to lose to Marshall. So that win over Notre Dame means nothing, and it almost hurts Ohio State's schedule or strength of schedule, I guess you'd say. Let's see. Ora82 says, "Yo, Johnny, I gotta respectfully disagree about the schedule. I'm not saying we gotta play Bama every year, but this year, I think next year our non-conference schedule is soft as butter. But this is my thing: we needed a soft schedule this year. They didn't know it was gonna be soft. These games are scheduled 4 and 5 years ahead of time. Like we play Texas in 2024, I believe, and then Oklahoma in 2025. These games are scheduled in advance. We were supposed to be playing what's this called? It just slipped my mind. Was it who was it we were supposed to be playing and it got canceled? Was it UCLA, I believe? So the thing is, you're looking at it in the wrong way. We're missing we're missing a lot. Like a lot changed. It was a perfect storm for us. Normally we have a good out of conference schedule. So this year it just so happens that we don't. And it just so happens we lost Aiden, Ojabo, Dax Hill, Brian Hawkins, Chris Hinton, uh, what's his name? Josh Gaddis, Mike McDonald. That's a lot of changeover. Samer still comes to defense. JJ's the starter now. These cupcakes are the perfect scenario for us to have our team gel so we can run through the Big Ten. You worried about a good looking game. Oh, they played UCLA or something like that, and then we get beat. Now you're sad. Now you're sad. See, right now we have the chance to gel. Everybody figures out what they want to do, and then by the time Big Ten schedule gets here, we run through everybody. That's the goal. Now I can see if we had a senior-led team last year, we probably could have played a bigger team. It was supposed to be Washington, ran over them. Last year we played Washington. Didn't mean much. All it showed us is that Cade was mediocre, and we still won the Big Ten. So this last year had more seniors, older players, but this year, this easy schedule in the beginning, it works out perfect for us to be clicking on all cylinders. The goal is to beat everyone. That's the goal. And be clicking. I'm trying to go to the playoffs. Some of y'all act like y'all want us to lose a game or something. I don't care about the schedule. I just don't. Because the Big Ten schedule is tough enough. Let's see. Yeah, it was UCLA. Let's see. Oh, we backed out and paid UCLA. Okay. Exactly. Bama always has. Good comment, Ryan. Bama has had easy schedules for the longest. Nobody complains. I mean, we used to complain. We're complaining while they winning championships. You see, if you want to if you want to, and this is my quick thought on this process on this, and I said this some years ago. If you're when you're playing these out of conference games, let's say we played Notre Dame. I mean, a normal Notre Dame team, not this one that seems like it's epically bad. And then you lose that game. It doesn't help you at all. It doesn't really help you because you can't lose more than once really to make the playoff. So it doesn't really help you. So now, if you can run through the out of conference with whoever you schedule, and then you can make it through your conference with maybe one loss, the goal is to make it to the playoff. If you're consistently making it to the playoff, even if you're playing cupcakes out of schedule, you're going to be building up your program to be great for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years. That's what my thought process is. I don't care about those games. The Big Ten schedule is hard enough. If we run through it, we're going to the playoff. So I don't care about playing these out of conference games, bro. Because the goal for me is to get to the playoff consistently so we get the recruits that we need and we build Michigan into something that it hasn't been. We used to play those games. Remember when we played Bama and we got our doors blew off? Thanks. I'm good on that. I'd rather build up our team and then when we're actually ready to play a Bama or a Georgia out of conference, then we schedule it. I don't enjoy seeing my team get knocked off, looking like embarrassed. I don't enjoy that stuff. But that's how I think about it. I try to think about how we're going to be great for 5, 6 years, for the next decade, for the next 20 years. And it ain't gonna happen by playing Bama and Georgia and these tough teams all the time. You have to be ready for that. Now, like when OSU was playing Texas and Oklahoma and stuff like that, they were ready for it because they were winning some of those games. They lost to Oklahoma the one year. I think Vince Young beat them once, and then they beat Texas the next year or something like that. But they were ready for it. We're trying to get to that level. That's my rant on the schedule. So let's see. Captain Banana Peel says we will know exactly where our defense stands after Maryland and where our offense stands after Iowa. In the meantime, the advanced analytics like us a lot. Yeah, and that's my thing about this. This is a different year where we've got so much changeover. We've got different coaches. So who cares about these first few games? We're trying to get this everybody clicking for Big Ten play. This is a preseason. That Let's see what we need to do. Let's see about these schemes. Let's see the rotation. Okay, we got a chance to start JJ. We got if we were playing good teams, let's say like I said yesterday, let's say we play Washington State. JJ don't play. JJ's in that same role he's been in because you don't have time to give somebody a game when you're trying to get ready for good competition. You can't have a quarterback competition like we're doing, like we did, and play somebody good. It just don't work like that. It takes too much preparation. So in theory, it would have been nice to play somebody like that, but look at how it's working out. We might have our starter that might be able to win us a championship. Let's hope actually was able to take the job, so it seems. Bruce McGraw says all this cupcake scheduling nonsense goes away when they combine divisions. And that's a fact. The Big Ten is just going to keep getting tougher and tougher. So it's just going to get tougher and tougher. You got UCLA and USC coming. We already got Penn State, Michigan State, Nebraska. I mean, wink, wink, Nebraska, but Ohio State, you know what I'm saying, over on our side. So it's like, bro, I want us to build our program up, then start taking some risk on out of conference. That's just how I think, though. Let's see what this one says. Nala says, I lost respect for Cade when he made Big Ten QB comment and he got mad at all for a slip on video. He was making mistakes before that. Not a good leader. Not sure how he got selected captain. I mean, he got selected captain because I'm sure he's doing everything to lead these guys. And last year, he was a leader last year. The problem is he took the job from, let's remember, took the job from Joe Milton. Fiery guy, bunch of moxie. That's Cade. Comes in the last year, starts, win the Big Ten, and make the playoff. Now, okay, JJ's hurt in spring. You got it's your job still. You're coming out. You're looking horrible in the spring game. It don't matter. JJ ain't here. Fall camp starts. You're playing the best ball ever. You're thinking you're the best ball you've ever played. That's what he said. So that's what he's thinking. Now it's a week before the season starts. Harbaugh comes out and says Cade will start game one. JJ will start game two. So honestly, Cade was probably thinking like, huh? What? Bro, I I thought I was what's huh? Did he just say JJ gonna play the second game? Okay, let's see how it goes. And then Cade comes out and has a Cade like game. Not impressive. So now, after that first game, he knew. He knew, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I think his mind before the first game was already like, this is BS. I should be the starter. I should be the starter for what I did last year. This is BS. And then after the first game, when he got in that game against Hawaii, hot hot garbage. Just confidence, just that's when I really felt bad for him. That Hawaii game, to see what he was doing, that you can anybody can see that's no confidence. You're all your confidence is gone. You're second guessing everything you do now. He comes in, he almost gets sacked, throws it to Blake, gets Blake knocked out. Thanks, buddy. You just got our number one back freaking hit stick. Got Blake hit in the mouth. When I saw that, I was like, oh boy, this. And then it just got worse and worse. Offensive line playing horrible for him for some reason. And I was watching some other analysts, and they were getting on the offensive line like that. And it's just strange because nobody else that played in the game had a problem with the offensive line. That's that's puzzling to me. Jim, appreciate the $2, Jim Harbaugh. My wife threw out my khakis. Let's see. Manuel says he felt entitled. There's no room for that when you're in competition. Yeah, and there's no room for that. You got to get out here and work. You got to work. Like, and that's one thing that I like about JJ is the work. When you play football, like your life has to revolve around it. I don't care. That's if you want to be a good or a great player. Like your life has to revolve around it. Like everything, when you're not at practice, everything has to revolve around you practicing even more on your own. That's just what you have to do. Like you might get a few dudes that are gifted, that are supremely talented, that don't have to do that. But for the rest of us that aren't super freakishly athletic, you got to go put that work in. You got to go put it in and get the confidence. That's why they say football is what 85% mental or 75, whatever they say, because it's all about knowing what to do and having the confidence to do it against anyone. That's what it's about. Mental. Football is a mental game. Yeah, you got to have your body and all that, but it's about knowing what to do upstairs. And watching Devin Gardner talk about Cade today, he was saying he's not sure that Cade processes the defense as well. Like he doesn't understand coverages from what he sees in film. Now, I know some people don't like Devin Gardner, but you can take it for the grain of salt or however you want to do it, because Al Borges, former offensive coordinator, he says pretty much the same stuff. So when guys that coach football, like Devin Gardner, he's an elite 11 coach, believe it or not. But he's an elite 11 coach, and Al Borges has been in the game a long time, and they both. I mean, anybody can see that Cade struggles. Like you just have to take off the we won the Big Ten last year glasses, and you can see it. Bruce McGraw says Devin Gardner has very good insights on how Cade doesn't look at the entire field, problem assessing defenses, and you can see it because, like, if you just watch Hawaii when we played Hawaii, when he got good protection, you can just see it. He'll look at his first read that's on the outside or whatever, and then he'll go straight to the check down. Like none of his passes look like they're in rhythm, or like the rhythm and timing is perfect except the check down. Like it's sad to say, but I've been watching him and I see it. I really see it. Like he's really looking for the check down. William Mears says every team in the Big Ten East is undefeated right now. People who think we have an easy schedule should look again. Yeah, when we get to Big Ten play, it's gonna be some dog fights. Like it's just like the NFL. What is Peyton Manning said, playing teams in your division is like the the intensity, everything goes up a notch because you're so familiar with each other. Let's see. 123 Skinner says, I think it's because they don't respect Cade and his ability to move, so the D pin their ears back. Yeah, that could be it too. I mean, honestly, if I'm sure Hawaii watched Cade's film just because they had to see our offense, and they probably were like, okay, this guy's. They probably were last. They probably watched the film and like, this dude's struggling. Like, let's get him. Like, he's struggling. Jim Harbaugh says Cade is right next to me right now. Watch what you say. Appreciate you joining the show, Jim. Hey Jim, you donated $2. If this Jim Harbaugh, throw your boy about 1,000. Yeah, I know you. I lose my connection. Am I back? Am I on still? Let me make sure I'm still on here. Yeah. Let me make sure I'm still on here. Yeah, Jim Harbaugh, you if you in here, throw your boy about 1,000. You got it. You got it. Throw your boy 1,000. What's going on, Lulu? Coda the Great says he goes with the safe throw. Plus, Cade can barely see over the offensive line. JJ has the arm talent and the legs to extend the play. And honestly, you know who JJ reminds me of? And I'm not saying he's him. I know somebody's going to be, but he reminds me of Bryce Young. He reminds me of Alabama's quarterback. They're about the same size. I think JJ's probably a little taller. They both kind of, I don't know, they got a swagger about them. Like they'll just try anything. Like they'll just try anything. Bryce Young will try anything. He don't care. He got that what's his name Patrick Mahomes in him, and so does JJ. Them dudes will try anything. Now Harbaugh, he's probably a little bit so safe. He probably tries to coach a lot of that out of JJ. But you saw that throw to Cornelius. That was Josh Allen. That was Josh Allen type. Mm, let it go. Like that was an impressive throw. That's just that throw alone. When you see somebody make a throw like that, it's like, okay, he's different. He's different. You can't sit that down. Just that throw alone. Those actually both of those throws to Cornelius were like, that's the starter. Ain't no point of talking about it no more. That's our guy. Yep, that's him. PJ Graham says our offense has so many weapons making strides. Defense will improve drastically. Go blue. Yes, sir. And that's I touched on this on my video after the game, but these receivers are loving the the receivers want JJ. Like we have to be real, and let's just be real. Who on the offense benefits by Cade being the quarterback? Like just be real. Maybe the tight ends, maybe because he's gonna check it down to him. But those check downs, you're not getting a lot of yardage on those checkdowns unless it's just a defensive breakdown like against Penn State. So I don't think there's anybody on the offense that benefits. Like if I was a player on the team and I'm like, oh, I want Cade because of this. No, the wide receivers, JJ's going to stretch the field and he's going to actually get the wide receivers the ball. So, of course, they're happy. The running backs, he opens it up because he can run on the read. So he opens that up. The offensive line, he makes their job easier because he can run and with the read. So if you can, he he's gonna make everybody's job easier, and he's gonna make guys get to shine. So I don't see how anybody on the offense can even be thinking like, man, I'm McKay's my guy, but JJ that dude. That's what I think's going on. Cade's my guy. I got love for Cade, but that's my dude right there. That's my Ace Boone Coon right there, JJ. uh, let's see. Nala says, I hope Harbaugh move on after this. We have a lot of other things to work on than sticking with this QB battle. Yeah, and I've heard some people saying that it's not over. It's over. Like, there's no point of dragging this along. Honestly, I'm not sure Cade can handle any more of this. He's Cade looked bad. His confidence is at the floor. Davis Warren looked better than him. He looked like the number two. So they need to. It's JJ. Like it's his job, bro. Like there's no need to drag this out any longer. Chill it out. Name JJ the starter. So if Cade's gonna be the backup, he can settle in and get his mind right to be the backup because we'll probably need you. Just because you're the backup, it's not over for you. You're still you got an important job. Something happens to JJ. All right, you the man again, Cade. Now, if you in there pouting, you can't lead this team. It's on you. You that backup. That's an important job, especially how JJ plays, and he's not that big. You seen Quinn Ewers, just on Saturday, out there shredding Bama. Up, breaks his clavicle. Up, he's out. Who's your backup now? So that's Cade. You got to be ready. After first start, JJ already the fifth favorite to win the Heisman. 24/7 just reported. Yeah, because JJ's gonna put up some numbers. He just is. Like he's gonna put a lot of pressure on the defense because the way he throws that ball. Now it was against Hawaii. I know somebody's gonna say it, but I don't care who you're playing. Those two throws to Cornelius, it don't matter who you playing. Now, if you playing some freaks of natures that out there at safety, maybe that Cornelius one, maybe, but it was on such a rope. I mean, you just gonna have to be somebody special to make a play on that. And but the one to the sideline, NFL players can't stop that type of stuff. So this just is what it is. Like, let's see. Got him fishing says, I mean, Jordan Road Rock. I don't know. God bless these who booed at McNamara at the game, and I agree, Cade, you have to be ready. Yeah, Cade has to be ready. Like, hit the like. Don't forget to hit the like. Appreciate that, Lulu. Yeah, Cade has to be ready. Backup quarterback is a very important job, especially in college. Like, you have to be ready, bro, especially if you got championship aspirations, at least to win the conference. Like, Cade has to be ready. You can't be pouting. He has to get that confidence back. Like, he has to get that confidence. Joe Joe says, do you think Cade could drop to number 3 on the depth chart behind Warren? He's a good arm and he's mobile. If he continues on the route he's on, He probably will because that was sad what we watched. Honestly, Colorado was bad. Hawaii was sad. That was sad to see a dude that was from seeing him last year on top of the world to seeing this against Hawaii. He threw the Cade threw that pick, and it was like I think we all felt the desperation and the despair when he threw that pick and he did this. When he did that, I think we all felt it like it's over for him right now. Like he just ain't there. We all felt that. Evan says, imagine if McCarthy had Xavier Worthy to throw his to as well. Oh, that would have. He's something serious. He's something serious. And if Quinn Ewers doesn't get knocked out of that game, he probably shreds Bama. He probably throws for about 400 yards. They probably honestly, if he doesn't get hurt, they probably blow Bama out because he was shredding them. Alpha says JJ is rightfully QB1, but it was no need for the crowd to boo Cade. I wasn't digging that. And like you said, we might need him. Yeah, it's like fans at the game. It's like they just get so caught up in something and just want to do whatever. Like they don't even think of they don't. It's like they don't have empathy. They don't think about what this dude has done for you in the past or nothing. It's just like, all right, a sack, boo. Like, bro, come on. Like, what are you doing? Like, we're we're up like 40 or 50. Like, why are you booing this dude? Like, come on. But that's fans. PJ Graham says, "What do you think about Ronnie Bell? He looked good to me after then clearing some cobwebs. I think Ronnie just needs to. I think Ronnie just needs to get his, like you said, the cobwebs. He's got. I think he's got a little bit of rust, and he's just so right now. It's like he wants to make a play so bad. Like just calm down. That's why I'm glad he got that touchdown. Just calm down. You gonna get your touches. You're healthy, bro. You're healthy. You don't have to try to break every tackle. It's okay. It's okay to get down sometimes. Like you don't have to try to break every tackle and do the most. Sometimes just get down. Like sometimes just get down, bro. And speaking on that, can we please get a reverse to AJ Hennon to get him in the end zone so he can stop, so he can figure out what heck he's doing back there at punt return? This dude don't know if he want to fair catch it. Oh, it hit the ground. I'm gonna go up and grab it. Oh, it touched him. Oh, I'm gonna grab it. It's on the sideline. I'm gonna let it go. No, I'm gonna go grab it. Bro, what are you doing? Calm down. Just calm down. Like, I don't know why. I think, and we'll see when the season starts. But I think Harbaugh messed his head up, speaking so highly about AJ Henning, like they were going to run the offense around him, the passing game and everything. And now he don't even get to play wide receiver barely. He's strictly on punt. He's had like one catch. He's barely been on the field. This dude back here so antsy. Like, bro, calm down. Somebody calm this dude down. Uh, Yeah, King Williams. Ronnie's playing with some real emotion right now. Yeah, but you gotta calm down. Like you don't have to try to break every tackle. And not to say that you shouldn't most of the time, but Ronnie's been. I don't know. I just don't like it to a certain point because he's doing a lot of like, bro, just calm down, bro. Next play, just chill out, bro. It's a long season and we play in Hawaii. Like, just chill out a little bit, bro. You gonna get your touches. You back. You back. You healthy. That's why I'm glad they got Ronnie in the end zone because he needed that. He needed that. Andrell needs some touches. And to me, that's the big thing about having JJ because you're gonna start seeing five wide or four wide in a 4 wide and a running back, or 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back, or 4 wide receivers and a tight end. You're going to start seeing these 5 wide sets, and JJ is going to be able to distribute the ball to all different types of options, and he can still escape the pocket. Like, but let these guys, let these guys, let these guys get their shine on. Like, what's the? Remember we had Nico, DPJ, Tariq. We had all these huge receivers, and we running it all the time with Karan Higdon and stuff. Like, we got all these receivers, and we don't use them. Like, I'm amazed that we even get receivers like we get, because we don't use them. So hopefully now we can actually use them, and these dudes can shine and show what they can do. Because Cornelius was so happy. Cornelius was like, finally, yes, yes, finally. Cornelius was like, oh, I got a big catch. I can finally do my dance. Thank you. Thank you. I can finally do my diggy. What's the little dance they doing now? I can't think of it. Uh, let's see. Isaac Scott says I'm going to the maze out against Penn State, and if JJ plays like he did this Saturday, it's going to be wild. Yeah, and I'm just trying to imagine, like, just imagine this, like, for a second. When was the last time? And this is why a lot of fans were skeptical about JJ. Like, when was the last time we had a quarterback that we were like, he can make every throw? His timing looks good. He can make every throw. Smart, knows when to run, knows when to use his arm. We haven't had that. Like, we had Denard, he was a freak of nature, but he couldn't make every throw. He he kind of used his fastball all the time. Now he did throw deep balls pretty well, but he couldn't make every throw and drop it in a bucket like that. You know what I'm saying? Devin Gardner, he had the talent, but he was on some horrible Michigan teams. So he got killed behind that offensive line, and it just messed him up. He switched to receiver, switched back to quarterback. Like, we haven't had it. I'd have to say, having a quarterback that can make every throw, we have to go back to almost Chad Henne, maybe Jake Rudock. Now just imagine having a guy that can make every throw, plus he can run. He's running a 4.5, maybe even a 4.4. And he's not the only talented person on the offense. He's got a 4.4 running back. He's got two 4.4 running backs with him. Maybe a great offensive line, at least good. He's got a ton of receivers. He's got an NFL tight end and probably two NFL tight ends. So, like somebody said, the sky should be the limit for this team, because it's been a long time since we had a dude like JJ that can make these types of throws, and is also mobile. Jay Marion says, "LOL, all the wide receivers probably going to come back to play with JJ next year." I mean, this is their chance. Like, Roman, Cornelius, Ronnie, somebody. We should have two. Can we? I ain't gonna say two, because we haven't had a 1,000 yard receiver in who knows how long. So let's just get 1,000 yard receiver. Can we get two? Let's just at least get 1,000. Somebody with 1,000 yards. That ain't too much to ask for. Lauren People said, I've said over the years that most to all the incumbent QBs under Jim regress the following year. Is it fair to say that about Cade in only game two? Yeah. And let's be honest, and Cade Cade played the same way he played against Colorado State. He played like that in a lot of first halves last year. He honestly did. But against Hawaii, confidence was just gone. Gone. So, and even last year, not Hawaii, the Washington game, 44 yards. We wouldn't even try a pass. We wouldn't even attempt to pass because he was just so. All right, we ain't even gonna throw it. Just hand it off every time. But coach, give me another shot. I can make that. No, I'm good. Mm-mm. You just hand it off to Blake and Hassan. No, I'm straight. Come on, coach. Mm-mm. You just hand it off. I ain't. Mm-mm. Nah, I don't need to see no more, bro. You done. Just hand it off. Account 22 says Braylon today on his show said JJ is better than Henry. Honestly, some of the throws with the total package, he probably is, but he's got to prove it. You see, you can have all the talent, and somebody can say you should be better than him, but you got to prove it. And hopefully JJ will, but you know, Chad Henne, he was consistent and could make all the throws, but and one thing I've noticed about college guys, just in general, these college guys, whether you're a freshman, redshirt freshman, sophomore, they kind of are what they are. If they come in, like let's say you're a redshirt freshman and you come in and you're good or great, like Bryce Young, that's kind of what you are. They don't really get that much better or worse. That's just kind of what they are. It's almost like they can either play or they can't by the time they actually start playing. Like, unless you got bad coaching, like Harbaugh. For me, Harbaugh whittles his quarterbacks down to not make mistakes to where they're scared to make throws that they normally would make. Like if you watch Cade last year, 2020, Cade would let that thing rip. Like with perfect footwork. I'm not sure what happened to his footwork and throwing motion, but like he threw a corner route to Sanger Steel against Rutgers, I believe. Footwork, let it rip. I'm talking about his footwork was on point. His hips, everything was prototypical like you want to see, and it's not there anymore. So I can't blame Harbaugh for everything. You your throwing motion is your throwing motion. Like your footwork and all that, that's on you. Let's see. The Gentlemen's Club says possibly one of the best Michigan teams in a long time. We have all the tools. Now we need to execute. That's facts. It's all there. Folks don't understand with JJ being able to sustain drive, it's going to keep the defenses fresh as well. It helps the entire team. Yeah, JJ just helps everybody. And when you and we've all been on a team and we've all been on a team and there was somebody on the team that was just kind of a freak of nature, like they just were naturally gifted, and sometimes you were just sitting like, or even if it wasn't a team, if you're just at the Y and somebody that's a freak of nature comes in and he starts dunking and everybody's like, this dude is amazing. Like that's the effect that JJ has. JJ is that dude, and when you got that dude, everybody wants to play with him. I made a video like 2-3 weeks ago talking about this. When you got that dude, everybody wants to play with him. Everybody believes because They see what he does. They see what he can do. And if you're playing the same position, they see that you can't do that. You can't make that. You can't throw that ball 54 yards to Cornelius on a rope. You can't do it. They've seen you in practice. They know you can't do it. They know you wouldn't try it, Cade. He can't make that throw to Cornelius in the end zone. Can't make that throw. He probably wouldn't even try it. So when you got that dude at quarterback, it makes everybody believe we can always have a chance to win. Let's go. And he puts that confidence in you. It's like Alabama with Bryce Young. They got down. Oh, we got time on the clock. We got Bryce Young. We about to win this one. All we need is a field goal. Yeah, we about to win this one. Safety, corner blitz. He comes free. Bryce Young ducks down and sticks his feet in the ground to make himself sturdy. Oh, missed the tackle. Whoop. Go get 20 yards. We deep in field goal range now. Ball game. Ball game. I'm that dude. That's why I got the Heisman. I'm that dude. Ball game. So that's the effect of having that dude. Appreciate the 1999 super chat. Motown D-Town wide receiver room is jumping for joy. They got to be ecstatic. Like, finally, we can actually showcase our abilities. like, like them dudes to been at Michigan all this time. Like, some of these dudes got to really love that school. Because I know if I was them, I would have been transferred. I would have been transferred somewhere else. Because yeah, you can get drafted, but if you got talent, like let's take DPJ. I'm not sure what he had his final year at Michigan. I know it wasn't 1,000 yards, but if you go out here and get 1,200 yards and like 10, 11 TDs, your stock is going up. So it's just simple as that. Like these dudes trying to go to the pros. Like so, you go from being probably I don't know what he was picked or anybody. You're not going to get picked that high because you don't have that much production. But if you got 1,000 yards, 10 TDs, first round pick. So you can go from a third or second, third, fourth to a first round pick. Because these dudes that we be having, they don't even get a chance. These dudes ain't even got a chance over the last few years to shine at receiver. Antoine Johnson, let's see what you say, bro. What do you think about RJ moving to linebacker full time? I really like Page at safety. RJ is big enough. Hell, he's just as big as Junior. He may not he may not have the hand, but he can tackle and hit. Uh, I'm not sure about that yet, and that's not to say I don't think he could play it. I'm just not sure. Honestly, it might be a good thing because he can run. RJ can run. Like he was in a lot of position to make picks last year. So that tells me he knows what he's doing and he's got to be able to move some. But McCarthy did look pretty good back there. So, you know, I guess if because right now Nakai Hill Green didn't even play last game. So, if it calls for it, I wouldn't be against it. But I like him back there at safety. I don't know, something about him I like just in general at safety. But I've been seeing him in the box a lot more, and they've been having Makari and Rod uh, over the top a little bit more. So, but yeah, I wouldn't mind it if they had to. You know what I'm saying? And if Makari's starting to turn into a beast, then it makes sense because on defense and offense, you just want to get your best 11 on the field. If it makes sense, put them on the field. Like, okay, I got Makari and I got Rod Moore. RJ, you're physical enough to play safety and linebacker. All right, my linebacker ain't that good. Let me put RJ there. So, I got speed and I got some physicality. So if that's what you have to do against certain teams, it's smart because you just want to get the best 11 on the field. Yeah, his hands, and I'm not sure how McCarthy dropped his pick. Both of those dudes should have had a pick. Like we missed about four, at least three picks that game, maybe even four. Let's see. Team P React says Stokes is going to be a beast when Blake leaves. Hey, Stokes reminds me of Cadillac Williams. That man runs like Cadillac. And I believe he'll start looking like him probably by next year as far as physical. But he runs like Cadillac. He's got that, I don't know. When I see him run, I instantly thought of Cadillac Williams. Was on the Auburn team with was it Jason Williams at quarterback? I think that's his name. But it was him and it was Cadillac and Ronnie Bell. They went undefeated at Auburn. They had a stacked team. But he played for the Tampa Bay Bucks. He didn't last that long in the league. He ran too furious. Like he ran with too much intensity and just too much ferocity. Let's see. Rob says I never realized how good Cornelius Johnson was until Saturday. Cornelius honestly has the talent to be the best receiver on that team easily. Like he's the prototypical receiver. Big, fast, pretty good routes. You gotta have a quarterback. Can go up high and get it. Zachary says Alex Orgy, what is he? Fifth string? He's super athletic, need to see the field in some capacity. That's a good one, bro. To me, and this is just what I would do. I'm not saying they said they were trying to do something with him as at running back, but I think they're just doing wildcat. I think they just got some wildcat packages. If it was me, I'd be like, you're not going to barely play at all this year at quarterback, but we need a big power. We need a power back, and I'd have him playing running back. That's just me. He's a quarterback, so he's used to holding the ball. He's used to holding it, protecting the ball. I'm putting Alex Orgy at running back just for this year, and to see how it works. Like you can go back to like they did with Devin Gardner. You can go back to quarterback next year, but this year we need you to play power back because he's too big, too fast, too athletic to not have on the field. I'm like, do you want to play? It's simple. Do you want to actually play and contribute to the team? Or you want to be the fifth string quarterback and you don't play pretty much at all this season unless it's a blowout? It's your choice, but any player is going to say, I can be fifth string quarterback or I can actually be running back in meaningful time. Yeah, coach, I'll play running back this year. I want to go to quarterback next year, but this year I'll play running back for you since you need me. Like, he's too big. I can't stand to see freaks of nature on the sideline. That's one of my pet peeves. Honestly, I hate that. Let's see. Rob says, I can't wait until Blake is getting fed in Big Ten play, especially with JJ's running threat. Yeah, yeah. I'm ready to see exactly what this offense is gonna be because they say they want to be balanced this year. They don't want to just be 60, what was it, 60-40 run last year, sometimes 70-30. They don't want to be that. They want to be probably They probably want to be like 55 run, 45 pass or something like that. Or 50-50, depending. When you're 50-50, it can, okay, the pass is working more today. Let's go more towards the pass. Okay, the run is working more. Let's go more towards the run. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to try to establish both of them. Antoine Johnson says, to be honest, Page probably could have had that interception, but he jumps over his player and his defender to get to it. He actually went through two guys. He went over them, but you can tell when a dude can catch good, bro. When you can catch, you suck that ball in. You just like if you're one of those dudes that can just catch, and I know because I was one of those dudes that could just catch. When you're one of those dudes, when like you don't, he missed that pick like he had brick hands. That's just how I gotta say it because he missed that pick like his hands were kind of like bricks, bro. But that's not to say that his hands are that bad because sometimes that can just happen because he's a first time starter. He hasn't started before. So that would have been his first pick, I'm pretty sure. So he was probably like, ooh, got one. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And then something back, I missed it. But it's important for these dudes. I wish he would have got that pick. So now you know how it feels. So now you're hungry for more. Because at DB, at DB, the good DBs, the good and okay DBs, they're just happy swatting the ball down and they, you know what I'm saying, swat, no flag zone. Great DBs, they're thinking when that ball in the air, it's my ball. I'm taking it. You put it in the air, I'm taking it like I'm the receiver. Give me that. And I'm already thinking about what I'm finna do in the end zone. I'm already thinking about what my dance is about to be. Like, I'm taking it. So that's what we got to get those ball hawks. Like you put that ball over here, I'm grabbing it and I'm taking it to the house, dog. And I might just Dion high step halfway there because you ain't about to get me. I'm getting the end zone. So that's where I want to see the DBs get to. Like you put it in the air, we taking it and we taking it back to the house. Subconscious Wizard says Harold will be one of our best defenders. Hey, he looks like he's becoming one of those dudes. He looked like he might be that dude. He like it's coming. Antoine Johnson says with Orgy, I'll be running option with Blake and Donovan. Yeah, I would use him at some packages, but honestly, I line that big dude up in the backfield, like bro. And you know what? I might put a fullback in front of him. I might just put a fullback in front of him. Put that hand in the dirt, Orgy, and go get it. Now just imagine that dude with a fullback or somebody in front of him with a head of steam. I ain't talking about in no shotgun. I'm talking about in that power I, that I formation, where he's not going sideways. He's getting 7 yards of steam, and he's coming at you 240. That's what I'm talking about. I put him at running back. Short yardage I formation, and you see that big dog number 10 coming in. Yeah, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. Uh-oh. Bootleg, wide open. Thought I was gonna give it to him. You see what I'm saying? It just things like that open up so much, so, open up other things. Oh, they're bringing in the power back. Up bootleg to the flat to the tight end. Uh-oh, bootleg got a deep corner route. So I would use him as a power back. That's just me. Like I think it just benefits the team. But I don't think they're gonna do that. K Money 2K says, what do you think the odds will be for JJ to win the Heisman? They say the odds going up. I'm not sure how high they are right now, but what did he have? Let's see. What did he have? One TD. What he had? One TD on 2 weeks ago, and what did he have? Three yesterday. So he's got four on the season. I don't think anybody's just got a lot of TDs right now because Bryce Young struggled. Uh, CJ Stroud struggled the first game. So right now he's got about as good a chance as anybody if he's the starter. Wink, wink. Since we don't know for sure yet, I guess. Even though he said he was the starter for UConn, this, but you know what I'm saying. So he's got as good a chance as anybody. Nobody's just out here killing everybody right now. Rob says Michigan needs to steal from the Chiefs playbook in the red zone where they do all that dump offs to Kelsey in the end zone with Eric All. That's a fact. That's a good comment, bro. He's plus 3,000 already now. JJ shot up Heisman odds. I mean, he's a freak of nature. Orgy's a freak of nature type dude. Dude that big and that fast, scary. Victor Rodriguez says, I could totally see an Orgy Edwards core military academy style triple option short yardage package. Yeah, I would definitely use him. I mean, he's sitting on the bench. You're wasting him. Let's see. Coda the Great says JJ's success will definitely pay off in recruiting. He's raising the QB standard for us. Even Dante Moore tweeted out but deleted it. Yeah, he got to delete it because he's supposed to go to what? Oregon? When everybody wants to come and be a part of something or a program that has that dude. When you see that dude back there slanging it, running it, running it patiently, waiting on his blocker, get him, big dog. Okay, let me scamper around the edge for 16. Smart. The game's not moving too fast for him. I'm sitting there like, run around the corner, JJ. JJ like, nah, dog, I got this. Block him for me. Block him for me, Eric. Block him for me, big dog. All right, now I go. JJ is a smooth customer. That's it. JJ is smooth. JJ has the swagger, and he is just a smooth dude. Even in the interview after the game, he's just JJ's got some charisma about him that's special, and you just can see it when he was talking to the interviewer, and he was just talking to her. It's like she could see it. You could see that she was impressed with it. Like, okay, this it's just something about dude. Like he just gets it, and he's just got that type of personality. But he carries himself like that even on the field. Like it's just smooth, and I believe it looks like the game has slowed down for him. So, with that being said, like you already being a kind of smooth, kind of a guy that has a lot of confidence, a lot of swagger, and then the game slows down for you. Now it's like, all right, it's my time. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Jim played mostly freshmen in fourth quarter. Mason Graham was beast mode on Hawaii's O line. Yeah, those freshmen and Mason Graham is supposed to be a starter in the defense, but they say his motor is like it nonstop. So they say he can just keep going and going and going. And he needs to get as many reps as possible for Big Ten play. When you play these with well, we don't play Wisconsin, but when you play these offensive lines that are massive and things like that. Or you should be short yardage specialist. That's a fact. Let's see. Daniel Tavera says at the end of the game, I could tell Cade was crying or about to cry. Yeah, I felt bad for dude because he just lost all confidence. It was sad. Like I said, Colorado State was bad for Cade. Hawaii was sad for Cade. That was sad. That was just sad to see. And then with them booing him didn't make it any better. Antoine says, y'all didn't know Johnny is Jabril twin brother, high stepping Johnny. Thanks, bro. Just thanks. Let's see. Willie Muir says, I like how instead of putting up 70 plus on teams, we run it up to 40 and then put in literally every single backup in the team and get them exposure. Yeah, and you know how you can see the depth on offense, like if you play a team and then we put in the backups and they still continue to score, like Cade's confidence was shot. So he just when he was in, like those drives didn't do nothing. But let's say they would have put Davis Warren in for those drives, we might have scored two more touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So you can really see the depth of your team in those blowouts. Like Cade just wasn't doing nothing. Like if Cade was actually confident in himself and his abilities right now, he probably would have scored two or three touchdowns on them. But his confidence is just gone. Or he would at least led some scoring drives. But he ain't giving you nothing right now. All he gave you was a knockout shot for Blake Corum. I know Blake. I know Blake was like. I know Blake is like. Thanks, bro. Yeah, like Harbaugh, if it's a blowout, take me out. I have to sit down when Cade come in because he done got me knocked out. Rock City, what's going on? The Gentlemen's Club says, do you think any running back on the roster has the potential to be a bell cow? Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't think so. Honestly, the person that runs with the most physicality, I would say, is C.J. Stokes, and that's just from what I see. Like he has a physicality to him, and it's because this is why I say this. I know people are gonna say Blake runs like that, but Blake kind of wants to make dudes miss. Now he'll run through, but CJ has that kind of straight ahead. Like I'm gonna run through these arm tackles. I'm not trying to juke every time. I'm not trying to juke all the time. I'm trying to because the fastest way to the end zone is straight ahead. We make a move straight ahead. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I see. I think this is what I see. I think he, I think he has the most physicality, runs with the most physicality because he's not the biggest dude. It's just a state of mind, I believe, that he just runs physical. Like, and that's why I called him Cadillac because Cadillac wasn't a big dude, but he ran physical like that with just a lot of intensity. Let's see. I like how JJ stepped into the one TD pass. Cade would have ran out of the pocket. Oh, when he stepped into which one? The 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 like the 20 yarder to Cornelius or the 50 yarder. The offense looked so much smoother when JJ was in. Everything looks smooth because he's just a smooth dude. Dude has got that swag. He's got that swag. Like the way JJ carries himself with the way he plays and stuff, that smoothness and just like even on the reverse to Roman Wilson, like the way he just like yeah, yeah, it's on point. Just going to get that touchdown. On the reverse, like he's just smooth. Like he's got that smoothness to him. Like, like he knows he's that dude. Like the way he plays, you would think he would probably dress like Joe Burrow dresses. You know what I'm saying? With that swag to him, like this is a cool dude right here, man. Glad Harbaugh will get at least 2 years out of JJ instead of one. Yeah, and that's what it's really about. Let me see this. Would you rather play USC in the playoff or Clemson? USC. And why I say that is because, well, hmm, I don't know now that I think about it. I was gonna say USC. This is the USC struggles. USC might have the same type of defense that they normally have with Lincoln Riley, which is a defense that's not that good, but they got a lot of talent on offense. Now Clemson, it's kind of the reverse. You got a great defense, but you got an offense that yeah. So I'm not sure. I think I might say Clemson. I might say Clemson because USC. I'm not sure how bad USC's defense is yet. But I'm also not sure how bad Clemson's offense is yet. So I have to get back to you on that. That's a good question, though. Appreciate the $25 super chat, Trapper Coles. Appreciate that. Put a question if you got a question in there with the super chat. I got you. Let's see. Daniel Chavera says JJ gives us a chance at to beat OSU in Columbus. Imagine how good it would feel to see a stunned, silent crowd in shoe while our sideline celebrates and storms the midfield for victory. Oh yeah, this is what it's about, and this is why we need a guy like JJ, because let's just say the defense is having an off day when we play OSU. You would think that a dude like JJ gives you the chance. You know what I'm saying? You always want to have because when you play good or great defenses, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to run on them. That's like when you play Alabama. Nobody beats Alabama by running on them. They beat them by throwing on them, going for 350, throwing for 400 yards. That's how you beat an Alabama team. That's how you beat Georgia last year. Alabama was throwing it all over on them. That's how you beat great defenses. You have to throw on it. It's easy to stop the run if you got the dog and you're well coached on defense. It's easy to stop the run. What's not easy is to stop somebody that understands defenses, coverages, and you have the talent at receiver, and he's mobile. So you might do everything right, and he scampers out the pocket. You got a spy on him, but guess what? Somebody else came open, so now he throws it and just makes your defense fall apart. So you have to be able to pass the ball to beat good and great defenses. The running game will only get you so far. Captain Banana Reel says, I'm concerned that MSU strategy will include hitting JJ harder because that's the only way they beat us. They gonna hit. They gonna hit regardless. Michigan State is that game. They've out physicaled us the last few years, so they gonna hit. They always their front seven and everything. They're always pretty physical, and they gonna hit. So JJ's either gonna have to learn to get down or just be smart with it, because yeah, they gonna be hitting hard. Let's believe that. Whether it's JJ or whoever, they gonna be out there hitting. Jay Marion says, crazy how Davis Warren led the team down the field after Cade couldn't. That's what really made it look bad. Exactly. And Harbaugh, I don't know why Harbaugh do be doing. Harbaugh is doing some of this to Cade. Like, let me just paint the picture for him. Let's paint the picture. JJ's looked good. Got two touchdowns. He's shown enough. Cade gets in, doesn't look good. Harbaugh puts JJ back in, and they immediately go down the field and score. Now, just imagine what that did to Cade's confidence. Like, I mean, this is big boy football, but I'm just saying, let's just think about that. That can't be good for your psyche when you've been the starter. You're actually a senior, and this red shirt, this sophomore, he just took you out the game, and you were looking like you couldn't do anything. He puts this young dude back in, and they immediately drive down the field and score a touchdown. That's on you, Harbaugh, for doing that to him. You shouldn't even put him in the game at all. You should in the first half. You should have let JJ just have that first half. There was no need to put Cade in. What's my assessment of the Big Ten from top to bottom after 2 weeks of play? I think the Big Ten is kind of down. I would say a little bit with Nebraska losing to who was that, Georgia Southern or whoever they lost to. Uh, let's see, Wisconsin losing to Washington State. You know what I'm saying? We'll see when Big Ten plays begins how. And doesn't Penn State play Auburn again this year too? But we're going to see exactly how good the Big Ten is. But to me, if I would right now, I'd say it's a little bit down because I don't think Penn State's going to be that good because I don't think their offensive line is that good. Uh, to me, it's basically it. To me, it's really Michigan State, and we'll see how good they are. To me, it's really Ohio State and Michigan, honestly. And we we don't know how good we are yet. It's just speculation, and we don't know how. Honestly, we don't know how good Ohio State is. We know how good that everybody thinks they could be, but after them barely beating Notre Dame, and then Notre Dame losing to Marshall, so it's almost like a wait and see. But it's looking like it might be down to me as a whole. Raw Detroit says you're right, bro. The crowd goes nuts when McCarthy enters the game. He has that it factor all day long. He simply makes others better. Yeah. Wow, that was that super chat. Appreciate that, bro. Should have dropped a question or something in there. Stokes would be that dude after a good year under his belt, plus more time in the weight room. Blake is just so small. If we use Blake like Darren Sproles, yeah, Blake is just small. And honestly, honestly, I think if Blake would have, to me, Blake added mass this offseason. I think it would have been better to him to get a little leaner, like lean muscle. I think he would have been able to do more. But then you taking, I understand it because you're getting ready to take a beating when Big Ten play starts, and you're gonna need some of that extra weight. But I don't know. He don't look like he looked like he might have lost a small step. Let's see. Everybody also needs to know JJ will also have growing pains, and we need to support him and give him equal opportunity like we gave Cade last year. Something to keep on mind. Yeah, JJ gonna have growing pains, especially when like right now. This is just the happy phase. These are pre games, basically. I mean, not pre games. These are preseason games. So all these games are just to build confidence, build your schemes, work out kinks, and so by the time Big Ten play starts, we're clicking on all cylinders. We know what he does wrong. We know what he does right. We got the scheme. We've ironed it out, and now we're ready to punish the real competition. Because who's to say we can't do a lot of these Big Ten teams the way we doing some of these teams? I've seen Michigan teams blow out Penn State and Michigan State. Like this, it can happen. We can run through the Big Ten. Let's see. Now it says, yeah, Cade throw to Blake was stupid. It's like he don't see anybody around him. Yeah, that could have really messed our season up. Him throwing that pass to Blake and getting him knocked out. I mean, we've got plenty of running backs, but you know, Blake Blake has had 900 yards last year, so he's used to getting the ball and pressure moments and things like that. So you trust him. But yeah, Cade got dude knocked out. That was a nasty hit. The Gentlemen's Club says, "What's your thoughts on the Michigan versus MSU game? Do you think we roll them, or will it be close? Thoughts? I think we might roll them this year. Let's remember, we were on the way to rolling them last year, and it wasn't just the JJ mistake. It was also we were the offense stalled. The offense stalled out. So it wasn't just JJ's turnover. The offense was stalling too. You know what I'm saying? Because we were up 16. So I think this year we might just roll them because we were mad last year when we went into that game because we lost the year before, I believe. 2020. So they were mad last year, and then Kenneth Walker was taking dudes to prom and was just, uh, uh, can I have this dance? Olay, that dude was something serious. That dog on Kenneth Walker was uh Josh Ross. He put Josh Ross in a spin cycle a few times. I was like, Jesus, you can't do that but tip your hat at this dude. What he doing? Like, bro, come on. Like, somebody tackle this dude. But besides that, I think we might roll Michigan State, honestly. Yeah, I'm waiting to see this Penn State Auburn game and this Washington Michigan State game. Because I wouldn't be surprised if both of them lose. If Penn State loses to Auburn and Washington beats Michigan State, I wouldn't be surprised. But that Michigan State game, I think we roll them this year. I think we're just too pissed off. Michigan is pissed off this year, and they're putting a focus on it. Like, we must beat Michigan State and Ohio State this year, but they're putting the emphasis on Michigan State. We should beat MSU this year. It's in the big house, and the atmosphere might be intense as the OSU game last year. The atmosphere did play a factor in our win last year. That's a fact. Appreciate the comment, bro. Hail to the victors. Do you think our O line will win on the line of scrimmage versus Ohio and MSU? That's still to be seen, bro. That's still to be seen. Like, I've got to see more of Ohio State, honestly, with this new scheme, because they're going to be bringing a lot of blitzes. So their scheme is similar to Don Brown. So they're going to be bringing those blitzes. So you doing run blitzes, it's going to be on you. Might have some crossing routes ready. Now, Michigan State, they just play their front seven. They kind of go to a you're not gonna run on us. That's their kind of thing, and it's been that way for a while now. Like, you're not gonna run consistently on us. So we'll see. JJ might have to sling it against them because it ain't guaranteed you're gonna be able to run on Michigan State. We couldn't even run on Michigan State last year with saying we had the best offensive line. We couldn't run against on Michigan State, not consistently at least. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would have had him gain that weight. I think I might have had him try to get a little more lean muscle, not not like that mass. You know what I'm saying? Not that mass. I think I would have had him get that lean muscle, so he would have maybe even gained a step, but he just would have been probably more explosive. Honestly, Lulu says the Buckeyes look terrible as usual. Let's see. Antoine Johnson says, what do you think about Michigan running some type of West Coast 49er style offense like back in the day when Ricky Waters used to catch passes out of the backfield? It would fit Michigan's personnel to a T. Um, and that's a good question. I was thinking about that honestly about 2 weeks ago when I thought Cade was going to be the starter. If Cade was the starter, I would say that they should run the West Coast offense. But with JJ, I'm not so sure because I mean they do a lot of things to the flat now, but I think JJ's arm is just so talented that you can just stretch the field. There's every throw is available now. You know what I'm saying? With Cade, every throw wasn't available. Now you can throw those corner routes. Now you can throw those those post routes and those goal routes 50 yards down the field. You can throw in the middle of the field. He's not scared. Cade was scared to throw in the middle of the field a lot of the time, up the seams and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Now you can throw those routes from the far hash where it's a NFL type of throw. You can throw all that stuff. So I think now that you've got a guy that's confident in making and can make all those throws, I think you just need to open this passing game all the way up because because they still gonna have that back coming out, but it's just not the focus. It's just not the focus. It's more of the check down. You know what I'm saying? West Coast offense, that's the focus. Like I'm going in the back almost first. Let's see. Torrance Jones says JJ is shining like a bright new quarter right now, and it's all good. But I think Mac might be the savior. I'm afraid that JJ's inexperience might catch up with him. I hope he's a real dog. Uh, JJ. I mean, JJ's going to have some growing pains here and there, but I'm just. It's almost like we gotta wait and see because these dudes are coming in, and when they start getting in and playing, if they're getting it and eating up defense, they just doing it. Like I'm that dude. That's what I'm seeing in college now. When some of these dudes get in the game and they just I'm that guy. That's just what it is. He's that dude. He don't care who it is. Like most 9 times out of ten, that's what he's just going to be good. So we'll see if JJ is truly that type of guy. But think about a lot of these quarterbacks that have been good in college. When they got in, they were just kind of good. I'm talking about the actual real good ones. You know what I'm saying? Most of them when they get in the game, and this is for the good, bad. Most of them when they get in the game, no matter when it is, that's just what they are. Even the next year, that's just kind of what they are. Bo Nix, that's just what he is. Adrian Martinez, all those years, we thought, oh, next year he's gonna get it together. Nope, that's just what he is. Trevor Lawrence, once he got in, that's just what he is. Justin Fields, once he got in and played, won the job at Ohio State, that's just what he is. You know what I'm saying? Bryce Young, redshirt freshman, once he got in, that's what he is. Heisman. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about it. It's like once these dudes get in and actually show you what they are, that's just kind of what they are in college. And I'm not saying that's what JJ is after one game, but I'm saying after a season, that's kind of what they are. After a whole season, whatever they are after that first season, whether it's good, bad, mediocre, great, that's just kind of what they are. Let's see. Antoine Johnson says UM should also rebrand the school as a school of the trench. I don't know why these recruits ain't looking at the fun stuff the linemen do, and especially running back. They should also have a social media staff. Yeah, they behind on that all that type of stuff. Oh yeah, I get it, bro. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But the West Coast offense focuses on the backs coming out the backfield. You know what I'm saying? Like I get that, but I feel like when you got JJ in a lively arm, now Cade, now Cade, he needs that back out the backfield. He needs him. He waiting on him and he need him. But JJ, I'm tired of seeing 5 yard, 6 yard, 3 yard passes, bro. I'm tired of seeing it. I want to see some bombs. I want to see some 30, 40, 50, 60. That's what I want to see, bro. I don't want to see no I don't want to see. I'm not saying that if it's there, don't take it, but I don't want to see all these to the flats check downs. I don't want to see these tight end check downs and all these little short routes and uh, routes to the waiting on the running back so you can throw him a little 5 yard pass. I'm tired of seeing that, bro. I'm just gonna be 100. I'm tired of seeing that unless it was Cade because that's his game. But JJ, nah, you let it loose. And you 4 wide, 5 wide. You want the running back, put him out wide, and let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We throwing it downfield. We ain't doing all no dinking and dunking and all this short throw down the field. Make these safeties get out the box and be scared for their life. Yeah, yeah. You can't judge nothing yet. I'll give you that. You can't judge us yet. Yeah, you can't judge us. I mean, you can judge what you see, but you can only take it with a grain of salt. AJ Hitty been tripping lately. Yeah, we touched on that. AJ been tripping. Let's see. Rob says Michigan TD record is about to be shattered. You might be right about that. Dying Breed says Big Ten is trash. Only games are State, Penn, Buckers, and Green. Yeah, I mean we don't play it, even if they wasn't. Nebraska's been trash for 10 years now, so they've been trash for the longest. Besides that, what we got? Rutgers, Maryland, maybe Tua, no, and I think Northwestern. So schedule about what it is. You know what I'm saying? Uh, this is funny. So Callie says, think MSU has a real shot at defeating OSU this year, or will they be decimated again like last year? I'm not. I don't know. It's hard to get beat like they did last year. That was. If we saying Cade was sad on Saturday, that was sad. That was sad. What they did to y'all last year. Ugh. I can still see the score in my head. Ugh. That was sad. That was just bad what they did to y'all. Golly. That, that was just embarrassing what they did to y'all. Hit the like button, y'all. And I'll probably go for about 10 more minutes and then I'm going to get off of here. But honestly, I don't know. I mean, because this is the thing. Michigan State normally has a good run defense, but their pass defense hasn't been good for the last few years. So you going against Ohio State, all Ryan Day wants to do is throw the ball. So it's the recipe for what you saw last year. Shred man. You're shredded. CJ Stroud shredded y'all. So if that pass defense ain't where it need to be, they probably will shred them again. Daniel says, "Aren't you shocked? Scott Frost was good at UCF, but couldn't deliver the same product in his alma mater." Yeah, that is kind of shocking. I'm not sure what the problem was because he would have him in close games, and I thought it was Adrian Martinez. I thought it was Adrian Martinez, but obviously it wasn't. Jay Marion says OSU thought they were going to kill us after what they did to MSU last year. They did. That game was horrible for their psyche because it made them feel themselves too much going into a game where you're playing a different style of team. See, Michigan State and Michigan play a different style. Like you had Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker was somebody that would put moves on you, and he, he would make guys miss. So if you were a tackling, just a fundamentally sound tackling and in the right gaps and things like that, you could stop him, so to speak. But Ohio State just punched them in the mouth, and their pass defense was just horrible. So it was just like, all right, bro, we about to roll y'all. Like they literally could have scored 100 in that game. It was that bad. But then you go up against Michigan, you got Aiden Ojabo, tight man coverage, and this is the recipe. Michigan put the recipe out on how to beat Ohio State or how to slow Ohio State down on offense. Two safeties over the top, tighter man coverage, and we'll live with it because it makes C.J. Stroud be patient. It makes Day be patient, and neither of them want to be patient. They want the big bombs. They want the bombs, but with two safeties over the top, you can't bomb. You gonna throw some picks. So it makes them be patient. And if they're not patient, you're gonna get three and outs, or you're gonna get turnovers, or you're gonna get sacks. So that Notre Dame did it. It's not that hard. Honestly, having two safeties over the top, it's not that hard. It's just consistently doing it. And you can get away with it in the red and now in the red zone, then you can maybe go to one high because it ain't there enough room. But even then, they said they were such a big play defense team. We went one high. They scored. They get a big time catch on the sideline touchdown. You know what I'm saying? But that two safeties high, it's just difficult to deal with a big play passing team because when you're a big play passing team, that's what you want. You want big plays. You just want bomb here, upset 30 yards here. Here comes the bomb, 50 yards. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about the bomb. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, Antoine says, I'm not sold on Ohio State's offense either. They're missing Wilson and Olave. Ohio State's offense is sputtering. Now, what they have to run, it's the greatest thing ever, but they tease Michigan. Yeah, yeah, they thought Mbuka and Marvin Harrison Jr. They thought they were just going to instantly be better than Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave. Like Y'all, Ohio State fans is some of the cockiest people on earth to think that them dudes was just going to automatically be as good or better than Olave and Garrett Wilson. That's just crazy. Let's see. I'm getting all your. If we beat OSU this year, OSU will begin to fall apart. We have to go into the game how Georgia went into our game. We will crush you because we want Bama in that ring. Yeah, we have to go in there with a mindset like that, type like we coming for you. Like we don't care about your accolades. You want to sling it all over the place. We don't care. We're prepared and we're ready to knock you down. We tired of y'all winning the Big Ten. Simple as that. We're tired of y'all. And most of the players on both teams, most of Ohio State's players, they haven't beat Michigan. They don't know how it feels anymore. Michigan's players, most of Michigan's players have beaten Ohio State. They know how it feels. So if we, especially if we win this game, if we win this year, pretty much nobody on Ohio State's team next year will have beaten Michigan. They really won't know how it feels. So the tables will almost turn. Like Michigan knows how they most of their players have beaten Ohio State. They beat them twice. Ohio State players, I've never beat Michigan. I don't know how it feels. I don't have any gold pants. I don't have any gold pants to take home. So, and if we beat them this year, Ohio State fans, they gonna want him. They gonna want Ryan Day fired. And I'm skeptical about that because they're gonna try to rehire Urban Meyer. Exactly. That's the goal. And this is his biggest mistake right there. That's his biggest mistake because Michigan always has trouble with running quarterbacks. You can go back to Troy Smith, J.T. Barrett, even Dwayne Haskins beat the and he was a thrower more than runner. But when he first got in, he was scrambling, and his scrambles killed us because they were perfectly timed. Like when it was a big third down or a second and long, and he'd scamper and get some yards when you're expecting him to throw it. Uh, Braxton Miller, Justin Fields, like it goes back to all of these dudes. But Ryan Day, he doesn't want to. One, CJ Stroud can run, but he's very reluctant to run. And Ryan Day doesn't want him to run that much because he wants to keep him healthy. So just keep him in that pocket. That's fine. Don't have him run. That's cool. That's cool for us. Makes it easier on us. Ah, bro, don't even bring up what Vince Young did to us in the Rose Bowl, bro. That was a game. Now that was a game. You talking about NFL players on both teams, and we had them. And Vince Young did the same thing to us that he did to USC the next year in the national championship. He did the same exact thing to us that he did to them. Teams, man, I was so mad watching that game. I just couldn't believe this dude did that to us. I'm talking about Marlon Jackson, Lamar Woodley, Alan Branch. I believe Big Gabe Watson was on that team. Leon Hall, I think, was on that team. Just a team full of NFL players. And this freaking Vince Young, just unstoppable. Just unstoppable. All right. I'm gonna answer this one and then I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. But he says, "Yo, Johnny, just tuning in. Thoughts on the blitzing we've been doing concerns me that we may need to do that against OSU, and we saw that with Don Brown. Um, I think right now they're just trying to figure stuff out because the blitzing. I think they're trying to figure out the scheme, what they want to, what Jesse Mitchell wants this scheme to actually kind of be. Like, does he want to blitz? Because I've seen them drop out. I've seen him rush three and drop eight. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's just trying to figure out what this defense does best right now. But yeah, I think he has to know that that's not a you can't play Ohio State and run that Don Brown that blitz scheme all game. So we'll right now we just gotta wait and see. And we're going against cupcakes, so you can just try anything. That's so I've seen man blitzes, I've seen zones, I've seen some zone blitzes, I've seen him drop eight and rush three. So right now I think they're just trying anything to get these guys used to anything being called and seeing what they do best. But we'll see once we get into actual meaningful games, we'll see what they really like to do. And and with these guys coaching for the Ravens and being in that NFL type of scheme, when it's third and 7 or third and 8, they blitz a lot in the NFL. At least the Ravens or whatever in the NFL a lot too. They blitz because the goal isn't to get a sack. The goal is to make him just get rid of the ball before he wants to. Third down. Now it's like the Hawaii quarterback. We only had one sack, but their quarterback was like 10 of 39 or something. Like, like he, he his passing percentage was horrible. Like he was like 10 for 39 or something like that. So that's what I think's going on. But we'll see. It's all neither here nor there until we actually see what's going on. But that's all I got for y'all. Enjoyed the live. I appreciate y'all for coming in. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.